Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And here I am out in the shop at the milling, drilling, uh, lathe combination tool. I've had this for a lot of years. No, I could probably tell you what date I bought it, but not important. Okay, I got one of these step drills, and it bound on me once, and the shaft broke off. And basically, it's like this, but it's a larger one. This is a small one. Okay, it actually came as a companion to that smaller one. So it was either go buy another drill or repair this one. So what I came up with is I put it here in the lathe. I got it centered, and then I cut and ground the piece here. Took the sharp shard that was on there off of there. Then I got this extra bolt here, or nut, and I drilled it out and tapered the end. So this is going to go on there. Then this point will go into the other end of it to center it on the unit, so because it can move a little bit, as you can see. So that piece will center it on the drill bit. And then I'll take my arc welder and I'll weld it in place. And what I can do is once I put the first tack weld on, I can rotate this handle by hand, and get it to the next position and put more weld and so forth. And then once I've got it all in place, then I'll put the cutter tools right here back on this unit, and I'll trim that weld down nice and clean so that it doesn't get in the way of the chuck of the drill. Right, Chuck? Right. All right, everybody. Gonna get back to work. I'm gonna pause you and get back. Okay, everybody, I'm back. And here's that bit. I just finished using it. As you can see, all the plastic debris here, and I'll show you what I did in a minute. But works just perfect. So I got myself the bit back without having to go buy a new one, or a new set actually, because they come in pairs. But works just fine, so I'm good. So what did I just do with it? Well, I need to transfer rainwater up to my main tank so that I have some water to get through until I really have to order a line with 4,000 gallons, where I have room for 4,000 gallons, so none of it goes to waste. Because when you order water in the desert, they come out with a truck full. And whether you pay, you're going to pay for that full truck, whether you take it or not. So even if he shows up and you say, well, never mind, I got a leak, I can't take it, you're going to pay for that truckload, and he's going to haul it back. You get nothing. So that's just the way business is out here. So I got my filter system here off of my tote koozie, and I took the sediment filter out of there, and I put a carbon block filter in there that removes all kinds of chlorine and pharmaceuticals and all that kind of stuff. So I got a compressed carbon block in there now to do final filtration. But I got my pump on there, and yes, that's a SureFlow pump for an RV, a 12-volt pump for an RV. And I got my alligator clips on here so I can clip it onto a watt cycle 12-volt battery, and with a 100 amp hour battery I can run it most of the day without a problem. So coming into it, I'm going to be taking water out of totes and rain barrels and that stuff, and there may be other stuff in there, sediment. You never know, stuff that washed off the roofs, bird feathers, bird poop, all kinds of stuff like that. I want to stop that from getting into that filter. So instead of going buying another filter that I could put on here for sediment filter on this end of the pump, I made this unit. And this is what I just used that step drill for, was to drill the base out and drill the top out. Now this container is one of those Kool-Aid containers that your Kool-Aid comes in. So on the inside here, I took a, let's see what that is, 1.25 inches, and I drilled holes in it. And then this can pop off. Let me see if I can, probably easier if I unscrew it here. I can unscrew this, and then I can pop this off. And inside I have this mesh to catch any sediment that might come through first before it gets to my good filter. So this can be changed out anytime with just one of those scrubbies that you get for doing your dishes, plastic scrubbies, and just ball it up and I stick it in there. Okay, so now this has a coupler on it because inside of here I left the, oh, not that side, this side, I left the 3/4 inlet sticking out enough so that this will screw right onto it. And it doesn't have to be watertight in there. It can leak. As long as the sediment can't leak out, that's all that matters. So this will catch the sediment, fill up this unit, and I've got my arrows on there for which direction the flow goes. And then screw this together, and it's watertight. All right, so now this end right here, the outlet end, will plug into this end right there. I'm going to make a board that I can mount all this on so that it's not hanging on the pipes. All right, so this will all be fastened to a board and ready to start pumping rainwater out of my totes up to my main tank, which I'll probably get to next week because we've got some cooler temperatures coming. But while the temperatures are really nice right now, I'm getting all this stuff built and done so it's ready to go. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, that's what happens when you're sitting alone at night in the cabin and there's no conversation going on and you don't have the TV playing, because I very seldom turn TV on unless something is happening in the world and I want to keep track of what's happening. I'll turn the TV on for the news. As soon as I get the gist of what's going on, I shut it off because I can get the rest of that on my cell phone whenever I've got a break sitting down and resting my legs for a while. So anyway, I'll show you this when I get it all mounted on a board. And it'll be pretty cool. I got to make a special board because I got to go flat side behind the filter because that has a bracket at the top which holds 2 screws, but the motor has the bracket on this side, and that's my fault. I can fix that really quickly, but when I took this pump apart because it wasn't picking up pressure, it would not pump. Now if you ran water to it with a siphon hose out of a tank and got water down to it, it would pump the water, but it didn't have a lot of pressure and it took forever to pump. And I took it apart, and inside here there's a bunch of little rubber valves, and there was a bunch of debris in there, pieces of sticks and twigs and things like that that were in the water that I was pumping last. Well, there you go. Hence the pre-filter, to get that stuff out before it goes into the pump. Because I had to sit there with a pair of fine tweezers and a little metal pick and lift the little rubber valve up and pull the junk out of it. But it's pumping fine now, so I'm back in business. So that's it for today, everybody. I want to thank you all for joining me. Don't forget your thumbs ups. Don't forget to share and subscribe. This is G Bear signing off.